Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, Aristotle once said, capturing the essence of a timeless pursuit, the journey toward a wise and meaningful life. In a world often consumed by speed and information overload, wisdom remains a guiding light, steering us toward thoughtful decisions, deeper connections, and greater self-understanding. This collection explores 11 practical exercises for cultivating wisdom in everyday life, drawing from philosophy, psychology, and neuroscience. From the ancient Stoic practice of memento mori, reminding oneself of mortality, to the modern benefits of mindfulness and gratitude, each exercise builds a foundational skill for wisdom. Techniques like Socratic questioning encourage critical reflection, while perspective-taking and compassion practices help us navigate relationships with empathy. As Marcus Aurelius noted, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, suggesting that conscious habits shape our character. These practices offer more than knowledge. They foster clarity, resilience, and balance, enabling us to approach life with insight and purpose. Embracing them can transform how we think, connect, and grow each day. Understanding wisdom. Wisdom is more than intelligence or knowledge. It's a blend of experience, compassion, and sound judgment that enables thoughtful, well-rounded decision-making. Philosophers like Aristotle regarded wisdom as a core virtue, key to achieving a fulfilling life. In his view, wisdom, phronesis, was necessary for making choices aligned with one's values and promoting well-being or eudaimonia, human flourishing. In psychological terms, wisdom has several dimensions. Psychologists such as Paul Baltas and Ursula Staudinger emphasize factors like emotional regulation, openness to experience, and self-reflection. Wise people aren't just informed, they apply knowledge practically, balancing logic with empathy. Studies show that people with high emotional regulation and self-awareness tend to handle stress better, building resilience, which is a trait of wisdom, Baltas and Staudinger, 2000. From a neuroscience perspective, wisdom activates multiple brain regions involved in emotional control, empathy, and ethical reasoning. Neurologists like Dilip Jest highlight that wisdom isn't tied to a single brain area. Instead, it's a network of processes involving both cognitive and social-emotional centers. Jest, 2019. This complex blend explains why wisdom doesn't come automatically with age, but grows from conscious effort and reflection. Wisdom-building exercises aim to enhance these traits by developing one's capacity for reflection, empathy, and perspective-taking. Through daily habits like gratitude, mindfulness, and thoughtful journaling, we can integrate the science and philosophy of wisdom into our lives. This fusion of fields allows us to cultivate wisdom as an adaptable skill, beneficial for personal growth and navigating life's challenges with greater insight. Mindfulness practice. Mindfulness, the practice of focusing on the present with openness and without judgment, is essential for wisdom. This approach fosters awareness and acceptance, key qualities for managing emotions and seeing situations clearly. Rooted in Eastern traditions, mindfulness gained popularity in the West through the work of Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, whose research demonstrated its benefits in reducing stress and enhancing emotional regulation. In a practical sense, mindfulness helps us pause before reacting, creating space for thoughtful responses. Psychologists like Daniel Siegel highlight that mindfulness can rewire the brain, especially in areas tied to self-regulation and empathy. By consistently practicing mindfulness, individuals often develop improved patience, a greater understanding of their thoughts and feelings, and a stronger connection to others, all of which contribute to wise decision-making. Studies indicate that mindfulness affects brain structures like the prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function, and the amygdala, which regulates emotion. MRI studies show that long-term mindfulness practitioners often exhibit lower activity in the amygdala, resulting in reduced impulsivity and better emotional control, qualities linked with wisdom. Daily mindfulness exercises can be simple: deep breathing, mindful walking, or brief meditation sessions that bring attention to the present. Regular practice strengthens mental clarity and emotional resilience, which are essential in navigating challenges with insight. Incorporating mindfulness into one's routine doesn't require much time, but gradually builds a foundation for wiser, more thoughtful living. By fostering a state of calm, it enables clearer perception and wiser responses, making mindfulness an accessible yet powerful tool for enhancing everyday wisdom. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. Gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling, the act of regularly writing down things you're thankful for, is a simple yet powerful exercise for developing wisdom. By focusing on positives, gratitude journaling shifts attention away from problems and towards appreciation, building resilience, optimism, and overall emotional health, all foundational for wise living. Psychologists Robert Emmons and Michael McCullough, prominent figures in gratitude research, found that regular gratitude practice boosts life satisfaction, reduces stress, and enhances emotional resilience. The process of gratitude journaling encourages self-reflection and reframing. By identifying things we value, it becomes easier to recognize our priorities, increasing clarity about what matters most. Regularly acknowledging positives, whether major achievements or small joys, develops a sense of purpose and stability, which is crucial for thoughtful decision-making. Neuroscientific research supports these effects, showing that gratitude activates brain areas linked to reward and emotional regulation, including the prefrontal cortex and anterior cingulate cortex. These regions play a role in reducing negative thinking and promoting positive emotional states, which can enhance cognitive processing and resilience, both essential aspects of wisdom. To begin gratitude journaling, one might write down 3 things they are thankful for each day. This process doesn't require extensive time, but gradually rewires mental habits, leading to a more balanced perspective. Over time, this perspective shift helps individuals handle adversity with greater ease and make wiser, more value-driven choices. Gratitude journaling, by redirecting focus to what enriches life, enables clearer, wiser responses to challenges. This practice builds an inner resourcefulness that supports wise, resilient living, proving a simple but effective step in everyday wisdom building. Reflective journaling. Reflective journaling, the practice of reviewing personal experiences and responses, is a valuable tool for cultivating wisdom. This exercise deepens self-awareness by helping us examine not only what happened but also our thoughts, emotions, and reactions to it. By consciously processing experiences, we can gain clarity and insight into our actions, ultimately leading to wiser choices. Cognitive psychologist Donald Shawn's work emphasizes reflection as essential for learning in action, where understanding grows through revisiting experiences thoughtfully. Shawn, 1983. Reflective journaling promotes emotional regulation, a key trait of wisdom. Writing down thoughts and emotions lets us observe them objectively, reducing the intensity of negative emotions. Studies in psychology show that when people regularly reflect on their experiences, they become better at managing stress and making sound decisions under pressure, since they're able to recognize and learn from patterns in their behavior. In terms of neuroscience, reflective journaling engages the prefrontal cortex, which aids in self-reflection and future planning. This part of the brain is associated with insight and empathy, qualities essential for wisdom. Neurologist Andrew Newberg explains that self-reflection activates neural pathways that improve self-regulation and open-mindedness, both central to wise thinking. A simple method for reflective journaling is to write about a recent experience, exploring what went well, what could have gone better, and what was learned. This regular practice can foster a habit of thinking deeply about actions and choices, building a reflective mindset crucial for wisdom. By allowing us to learn continually from our experiences, reflective journaling develops a thoughtful approach to life, enhancing both self-knowledge and practical wisdom. Perspective taking. Perspective taking, the ability to understand and consider another person's viewpoint, is a cornerstone of wisdom. This skill enhances empathy, fosters open-mindedness, and aids in making balanced decisions. Psychologist John Piaget emphasized that perspective taking is crucial in human development, allowing individuals to move beyond egocentric thinking and better appreciate others' experiences and needs. Engaging in perspective-taking exercises helps develop social wisdom by promoting empathy and reducing bias. For instance, imagining a situation from another's perspective can improve relationships and enable more compassionate responses. Studies in social psychology, such as those by Daniel Batson, show that when people actively try to see things from another's point of view, they're more likely to engage in pro-social behaviors and make fairer, wiser choices. From a neuroscience standpoint, perspective-taking activates brain regions associated with empathy and social cognition, including the temporoparietal junction and medial prefrontal cortex. These areas allow us to process emotions and imagine others' experiences, strengthening our capacity for empathy and tolerance. Neuroscientist Tanya Singer's research suggests that perspective-taking not only improves interpersonal understanding but also supports emotional regulation, both of which are crucial for wise interactions. Practicing perspective-taking can be as simple as asking oneself, how might they be feeling, or what factors might I be overlooking? This mindful habit nurtures the patience and tolerance essential for wise decision-making, particularly in complex social situations. By fostering empathy and enhancing one's ability to see beyond personal biases, perspective-taking cultivates a balanced mindset, enabling us to approach life's challenges with greater insight and compassion. Reading philosophy or literature. Reading philosophy or literature is a powerful exercise for building wisdom, as it exposes readers to diverse perspectives, ethical dilemmas, and complex human experiences. Philosophical works, particularly those of Aristotle, Confucius, and Kant, challenge readers to examine their values and beliefs. Martha Nussbaum, a philosopher and ethicist, argues that literature cultivates empathy and moral imagination, helping readers consider life's complexities and ambiguities. Philosophical and literary texts allow us to mentally simulate situations and decisions, fostering critical thinking and moral reasoning. By analyzing characters' motives and ethical choices, readers gain insights into their own decision-making processes. Studies in cognitive psychology suggest that regularly engaging with complex literature enhances emotional intelligence and problem-solving abilities, two attributes closely tied to wisdom. Neuroscience supports these benefits. Reading complex narratives activates brain regions involved in empathy, including the default mode network, which is associated with reflective thinking and imagination. Literary studies by neuroscientist Raymond Marr reveal that readers of fiction often develop stronger social cognition, which contributes to wise, compassionate responses in real-life situations. Incorporating philosophy or literature into daily life doesn't require hours of study. Reading a few pages each day from classic novels or philosophical texts can gradually build a more thoughtful, nuanced worldview. Works that deal with timeless themes, like love, justice, and mortality, encourage readers to explore their own values and experiences in a reflective way. Through the diverse narratives and ideas encountered in literature and philosophy, readers expand their understanding of human nature, preparing themselves to face life's complexities with increased wisdom and depth. Embracing uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty is a fundamental aspect of wisdom, as it nurtures resilience, adaptability, and a growth-oriented mindset. In philosophical terms, thinkers like Socrates emphasize the value of acknowledging one's limitations, famously stating, "I know that I know nothing." This openness to not having all the answers cultivates humility, a key trait in wise individuals, as it allows them to continuously learn and adjust their beliefs as new information arises. Psychologically, tolerance for ambiguity, a person's ability to accept uncertain or complex situations without discomfort, enhances wise decision-making. Researchers Paul Slovic and Amos Tversky have shown that individuals who tolerate ambiguity tend to approach problems with greater creativity and flexibility, which is critical for navigating complex life scenarios. Neuroscientific studies indicate that being open to uncertainty helps regulate the amygdala, the brain's center for processing fear and stress. People who embrace ambiguity have been found to activate the prefrontal cortex more readily, allowing for rational, measured responses in unpredictable situations. By reducing impulsivity and fostering calm in the face of the unknown, this trait supports wise, measured decision-making. To practice embracing uncertainty, one can start by consciously accepting that not every situation has a clear or immediate answer. Approaching daily challenges with curiosity rather than a need for control cultivates flexibility. Posing reflective questions, like "What can I learn here?" rather than "Why is this happening to me?" also nurtures a resilient mindset. Accepting uncertainty as part of life enables a balanced, reflective approach to challenges, fostering the patience, humility, and adaptability that define wisdom. Setting long-term goals. Setting long-term goals focused on personal growth rather than immediate rewards is a pathway to wisdom. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, highlights this idea, suggesting that a meaningful life is built upon purposeful, value-driven goals rather than short-term pleasures. Goals that align with personal values, like self-improvement, community, and well-being, promote resilience and deepen life satisfaction, which are core traits of wise individuals. Research in psychology supports the benefits of value-driven goals. Psychologist Edward Deci's work on self-determination theory reveals that when goals fulfill intrinsic needs, e.g., autonomy, competence, and connection, they enhance motivation, mental well-being, and satisfaction. People pursuing such goals are better equipped to handle setbacks and remain patient, both qualities associated with wisdom. Long-term goals also engage areas of the brain related to planning and self-regulation, especially the prefrontal cortex. Neurologist Daniel Siegel emphasizes that long-term thinking activates executive functions, enabling individuals to delay gratification and consider broader consequences. This cognitive flexibility is crucial for wise decision-making and living with purpose over time. To incorporate this practice, individuals can start by identifying values that matter most to them, such as kindness, integrity, or learning. Once values are defined, setting goals that reflect these priorities, like fostering relationships or developing skills, helps build a life grounded in meaning. Regular reflection on these goals also aids in maintaining a steady course through life's changes. By focusing on growth-oriented goals, individuals can cultivate a mindset that's patient and purpose-driven, qualities that form a foundation for wise living. Practicing empathy and compassion. Practicing empathy and compassion is fundamental to wisdom, as it strengthens our ability to connect with others and understand their perspectives. Philosophers and psychologists alike recognize empathy as crucial for building moral character. Adam Smith, a moral philosopher, emphasized empathy's role in ethical behavior, noting that understanding others' emotions can guide us toward fair and kind actions. Psychologically, empathy involves sharing another's feelings, while compassion adds a motivation to alleviate their suffering. Psychologist Kristin Neff's research on compassion underscores its importance in developing resilience and well-being, both essential to wise decision-making. When we act compassionately, we reinforce positive social bonds, enhancing both our understanding of others and our own emotional intelligence. Studies in neuroscience show that empathy and compassion activate brain regions such as the anterior insula and the medial prefrontal cortex, areas involved in social cognition and emotional regulation. Neuroscientist Tanya Singer's research highlights how these practices not only reduce stress but also increase activity in brain areas linked to reward, creating a reinforcing cycle that promotes further empathetic behavior. To practice empathy and compassion daily, try active listening, focusing fully on others' words and emotions. Simple acts of kindness, like offering support or encouragement, can also cultivate a compassionate mindset. Reflecting on shared human experiences, particularly during moments of conflict or stress, strengthens our ability to relate to others with patience and understanding. Through compassion, we learn to respond to others with balance and care, deepening our social wisdom. These practices, when integrated consistently, cultivate a grounded and thoughtful approach to interactions, shaping a life enriched by kindness and empathy. Socratic questioning. Socratic questioning, a method of probing deeply into beliefs and assumptions through structured questions, is a powerful tool for cultivating wisdom. Named after the Greek philosopher Socrates, this technique encourages critical thinking and self-reflection by prompting individuals to explore the foundations of their views. Socrates advocated that wisdom begins with recognizing one's own ignorance, a mindset that fosters open-mindedness and lifelong learning. In psychology, Socratic questioning is often used in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to help individuals examine and challenge their thought patterns. Psychologist Aaron Beck, a pioneer in CBT, found that this questioning method enables people to uncover biases or irrational beliefs, leading to greater mental clarity and emotional resilience. Beck, 1979. By questioning "why do I believe this?" or "what evidence supports my thoughts?", individuals learn to evaluate their thinking with greater depth. Neuroscientific research suggests that such reflective questioning engages the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in executive functions like planning, reasoning, and problem-solving. This area of the brain is crucial for logical analysis and thoughtful decision-making, making Socratic questioning an exercise in building the cognitive foundations of wisdom. To incorporate this practice, begin by challenging everyday assumptions with questions like, is there another way to view this? Or what are the consequences of this belief? Consistent practice of Socratic questioning not only fosters a balanced, thoughtful perspective but also encourages an adaptable mindset that is open to growth. Through Socratic questioning, individuals develop the habit of critical inquiry, enhancing their capacity to respond wisely in complex situations. This method supports a more considered approach to life, encouraging reflective and well-reasoned choices. Reflecting on mortality, memento mori. Reflecting on mortality, or memento mori, is an ancient practice that serves as a powerful tool for wisdom by encouraging individuals to live meaningfully and mindfully. Rooted in Stoic philosophy, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca emphasized the importance of contemplating life's impermanence. Far from morbid, this practice invites individuals to prioritize what truly matters and to act with intention, knowing time is finite. Psychologically, reflecting on mortality can foster resilience, reduce fear of death, and enhance life satisfaction. Terror management theory, TMT, developed by psychologists Sheldon Solomon, Jeff Greenberg, and Tom Piskczynski, explores how mortality awareness can lead people to pursue positive, value-driven lives. TMT studies show that those who embrace mortality often focus more on personal growth and fulfilling relationships, qualities central to wise living. Neurological studies further indicate that accepting life's finite nature can activate areas of the brain associated with meaning-making, like the anterior cingulate cortex. This brain region helps individuals process existential thoughts and can foster a balanced perspective that appreciates both life's joys and limitations. By facing mortality, individuals may develop a calm acceptance that aligns with the wisdom to live fully. To integrate memento mori into daily life, consider brief reflections on life's brevity, such as writing down priorities each morning or contemplating meaningful actions before bed. Practicing gratitude for each day also aligns with this mindset, reinforcing a focus on what genuinely enriches life. Memento mori encourages us to focus on meaningful experiences, relationships, and personal growth. This perspective grounds us, fostering wisdom by guiding our actions with purpose, patience, and resilience in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.